welcome our adjunct faculty. Please welcome our platform party. Now please welcome our graduating class of 2026.
Please be seated. Good evening. I'm Dr. Shari Miller, Dean of the School of Social Welfare. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and alumni of our school, I'm delighted to welcome you all here today. It is now my pleasure to ask Dr. Carolyn Peabody to join me at the podium to begin our ceremony with a land acknowledgement.
Welcome, everyone. As we gather today to celebrate the momentous accomplishment of the graduation from the School of Social Welfare, we want to acknowledge that this land on which we work, study, live, and celebrate was once and continues to be lived upon and traveled by the Settlecot Indian Nation. And since Stony Brook University has a footprint throughout Suffolk County, we also acknowledge this as the ancestral land of the Unkachug, Shinnecock, and Montaukett Indian nations. It is important to note that what is now Suffolk and Nassau County was once all Indian country. I hasten to add that due to their amazing resilience in the face of enormous oppression a colonial oppression that continues until this day, they want us to know that they are still here. As social workers, we acknowledge and are challenged to support their struggle for recognition and respect for their sacred burial grounds. We join them in the fight for reparative justice. Never forget that their struggle continues. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Peabody. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and alumni of the Stony Brook University School of Social Welfare, congratulations to the class of 2026. Graduates, do you all remember a year or two or three ago when you were just beginning your social work education and I spoke with you at orientation? At that time, I asked you to pause for a moment, to close your eyes and reflect on what drove you to pursue this hard and essential work. What brought you to social work? I asked you to think about your whys and then to write them down. Today, I'd like to ask you to pause again and let's bring it full circle. So once more, if you're comfortable doing so, please close your eyes for a moment and reflect on that same question, but from where you are now. What drives you to do this hard and essential work today? What are your whys now? How have they evolved, deepened, or been refined, just as you yourselves have evolved over the last year or two or three? What does that driving passion look like for you today? Take a moment. Okay, do you have it? Yeah, if so, open your eyes. I want you to hold on to that. Tell yourself that story, whatever story you just heard, saw, thought in your mind. Tell yourself that story. Mark it in time. Associate it with this important moment and with all of the people gathered here beside you. Carry it with you as you move on to your next steps as social workers. The world needs you now more than ever. You brought your most genuine of selves to this hard work. You focused on your classes, on the people, communities, and organizations you served in your practicum internships. You participated as engaged citizens in the School of Social Welfare, and you grounded yourselves solidly in your communities, doing what you could to be part of something larger than yourselves. Some of you did all of this while also working in much-needed jobs and taking care of family responsibilities. Nothing says social work more clearly than that kind of force of will, grounded in an unwavering belief that change is possible, and a passionate, willful commitment to making the world a better place. Your graduation from Stony Brook University School of Social Welfare reflects your strength, your substance, your perseverance, and your remarkable accomplishments. But if there's one thing social workers understand, it's that we accomplish far more together than we ever do alone. In fact, no single person ever truly stands alone. So today, I'd like to acknowledge and celebrate some exceedingly important people here with us. First, I'd like to introduce the faculty of the School of Social Welfare. Would the faculty all please rise as you are able? You may be seated. I'd also like to introduce the staff of the School of Social Welfare. They're all around you doing important things. Would you all please make yourselves visible if you are able? Please join me in expressing gratitude to this extraordinary group of people, to our faculty and our staff, for all they do to support you, our students, to challenge you to grow as social workers and to nurture the community of the School of Social Welfare and its reach into the broader community beyond our walls. And I'd like to extend a special thank you to the staff and administrators who worked tirelessly to make today's convocation possible. Coordinating an event like this is no small feat, and the spirit with which they did this work has been truly indomitable, so thank you. And graduates, of course, none of this, neither your education nor your graduation, would have been possible without the support and care of your loved ones. So I'd like to now ask our graduating students, our faculty and staff, to please rise as you are able. Turn and look around you and celebrate with gratitude the loved ones, families, and friends who are here supporting you today. Thank you all. Please be seated. A lot to celebrate. Being educated as social workers during the current times in which we are all living indelibly marks the narrative of who you are as professionals and how you'll practice. We are living in deeply difficult times that are defined by epic and persistent challenges, and social workers are engaged on every front to try to address those challenges, including in mental and behavioral health, addictions, housing, health inequity and access, trauma, forensics, disabilities, veteran services, immigration, child well-being, poverty, food insecurity, racial injustice, gender injustice, social, environmental, and economic injustice, to name just some. Social workers engage in these spaces with people across the lifespan through direct service, clinical work, research, education, policy, advocacy, and community organizing. The work we do in all of these areas and others ultimately is to fight for justice, for human rights, for the well-being of people and the planet, and we work to dismantle the structural inequities and inequalities that are threaded through our society locally and globally. Our work is unremitting. Sometimes painstaking. Sometimes it's difficult to see change or progress, but social workers are driven by a constant belief that it's possible. Now remember what drives you, that thing you thought about earlier. For social workers, hope is a powerful form of resistance. Hope is not about pretending our world is any different than it is, but instead it's about stepping into it with eyes wide open and a practiced commitment to bringing that hope to life through action. We come together, we connect, and we do the work. Bit by bit, even in the smallest spaces, we create change collectively. And in coming together, we carry an essential responsibility to be inclusive, to look honestly at ourselves, to confront and unravel our own biases, to acknowledge and embrace difference, and also to find ways to connect across differences with genuineness, openness, empathy, and integrity, to hold ourselves accountable. to meet people where they are with our most authentic and ethical selves. This is how social work happens. This is how change happens. So, as you move forward into the world, whether your next steps involve continuing your social work education or entering the workforce as part of our essential profession, know that we see you. As our graduates and soon-to-be alumni, you will always be part of the Stony Brook University School of Social Welfare community. Our profession is defined by connection. Yes, the challenges before us are immense, but we are here together, connected in the work of making change possible. Remember, no single person ever stands alone. John Muir once wrote, quote, "When we try to pick out anything by itself, we find it hitched to everything else in the universe." Whenever I reflect on that idea, I'm reminded that this, in many ways, is where hope lives. That connectedness is what you now carry with you as you enter the next chapter of your social work journeys. Stay connected to the School of Social Welfare and to our community of more than 9,000 alumni. Stay connected to one another, to your communities, and to the networks of care and action that sustain the profession. Stay hitched to everything else in the universe. And let that connectedness propel whatever it is that drives you forward. Congratulations, School of Social Welfare class of 2026. So I will share with you all that we've had a little bit of change in the order of our program. Our keynote speaker has gotten stuck in some unexpected traffic, more so than she thought. So we're gonna shift a little bit and come back around. So now it is my pleasure to, give me one moment to make sure that I'm in the right place. Okay, it is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. William Wertheim, Executive Vice President for Stony Brook Medicine and the Health Sciences, who is going to offer some congratulatory remarks. Dr. Wertheim, we are delighted you're able to join us in celebrating our graduating students.
Thank you, Dean Miller. Good afternoon, everyone. It is an honor to stand before our faculty, staff, alumni, families, and friends, and most importantly, the extraordinary graduates we celebrate today. To you, the class of 2026, congratulations. Today marks the beginning of a journey you've prepared for through late nights, steady effort, and the full investment of both your mind and your heart. Social work asks for the best of who you are, inviting your knowledge and skill to stand alongside your compassion and your courage. You are stepping into a profession grounded in human care, advocacy, and dignity, and I encourage you to let that distinction continue to guide you. This moment marks more than just the completion of a degree. It marks your entry into a profession rooted in justice, dignity, and the unwavering belief that every person deserves a chance to thrive. You chose a path that asks you to show up fully, to listen deeply, to advocate boldly, and to act with integrity even when the work is hard. And the work you're about to undertake is hard. You are stepping into a world facing profound challenges, inequities in health and housing, rising mental health needs, the ongoing struggle of marginalized communities, and systems that too often fall short of the needs of the people they are meant to serve. But you are also stepping into a world that needs you urgently, desperately, and wholeheartedly. The Stony Brook University School of Social Welfare has prepared you not only to respond to these challenges, but to transform them. You understand individuals within the context of their families, their communities, and the systems in which they live. and you know that change happens both in the quiet moments of one-on-one connection and in the sweeping movements that can reshape policy and culture. Social work has immense breadth in its range of roles. Some of you will support children and families. Some will work in hospitals, schools, or community organizations. Some will advocate for older adults, immigrants, veterans, or people living with disabilities. Some will shape policy, research, and the next generation of social workers. Each one of you will make a tremendous impact. As you cross this stage, carry with you the confidence that your presence, your voice, and your compassion matter. Your courage will open doors for those whom you serve. And remember, the world is better because you are stepping into it as social workers. We are so proud of you. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Thank you, Dr. Wertheim, for being here and for those words. So now it is my pleasure to introduce Janet Massini, Director of Alumni Programs at Stony Brook University, to announce this year's Alumni Association Dean's Choice Award winners.
Thank you, Dean Miller, and congratulations, class of 2026. Graduating with a degree from Stony Brook University's School of Social Welfare is such an incredible milestone to have reached. As a new graduate, you are now part of the Stony Brook University Alumni Association, a community dedicated to supporting you in the next stages of your life and career. You are joining a network of over 9,000, which has much to offer, including resources, events, and ways to stay connected to your alma mater. The Alumni Association helps our social work graduates find jobs, receive support, and share expertise through mentoring and networking with lifelong peers and friends. Alumni also serve as practicum education instructors, guest lecturers, and workshop presenters. We invite you to get involved. On behalf of the Alumni Association, I'm pleased to present the School of Social Welfare Alumni Association Dean's Choice Award. This prestigious award offers each school dean the opportunity to select students of their choice. This year, Dean Miller has selected BSW student Camila Pasha, and MSW students Braden D'Angelo and Akira Hori Sam. Would Camila, Braden, and Akira please stand up? Camila took up leadership roles during her time as an undergraduate student, serving as the Undergraduate Social Welfare Alliance Class Senator and the school's BSW representative for the National Association of Social Workers. A LEND Fellow, Camila presented at both the New York State Social Work Education Association and the Association of Baccalaureate Social Work Program Directors conferences. Additionally, she was awarded a mini grant last summer from the Center for Changing Systems of Power for an advocacy project on mental health disparities. Braden was a School of Social Welfare student ambassador who served as treasurer of the Undergraduate Social Welfare Alliance and is also a member of the Phi Alpha Honor Society. He completed an independent study with Dr. Donna Manzi on the use of metal music for individuals experiencing anger as a result of grief. He was also involved with the school's Council on Social Work Education re-accreditation process. A vital organizer at the School of Social Welfare's Manhattan site, Akira spearheaded several community initiatives, including a successful food and toy drive during the holidays in collaboration with the SUNY College of Optometry. She coordinated a free professional headshot photo shoot for students and arranged a meeting with Stony Brook University's Vice President for Student Affairs, Rick Gatto, to discuss innovative opportunities for student affairs to connect with Stony Brook students in Manhattan. Congratulations to Camila, Braden, and Akira.
Congratulations, Camila, Braden, and Akira. We will now recognize degree candidates who have attained honors. Will all students who have been inducted into the Phi Alpha Honor Society please stand as you are able? Please be seated. Next, we will recognize BSW students who are graduating with honors of distinction. If you are graduating cum laude, please rise as you're able. Magna cum laude, please rise as you're able. And summa cum laude, please rise as you are able. Congratulations on your academic accomplishments. Thank you. Now, as we move forward to the next portion of our program, where we will recognize our candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Science in Social Work and Master of Social Work, I am pleased to first introduce our BSW speaker, Grace Kennedy.
Good evening, faculty, family, friends, and fellow graduates. My name is Grace Kennedy, and it is truly an honor to speak on behalf of such a passionate and dedicated group of future social workers. If there is one thing my social work education has taught me, it is that everyone carries a story, deep, vibrant, and uniquely theirs. Each story is shaped by systems, opportunities, and sometimes barriers that were never within a person's control. It is through learning to truly understand those stories that we begin to understand what it means to be a social worker. We are called not only to honor them, but to respect them and hear them. When I first entered the School of Social Welfare, I thought helping meant giving advice, pointing people in the right direction, and fixing what felt unfair. But as I listened to more stories through classes, conversations, and shared experiences, I realized that helping often looks very different. Sometimes it means sitting with someone when life hits a pause. Sometimes it means advocating behind the scenes. And sometimes it simply means showing up and making sure someone feels heard. That lesson came to life during my practicum experience at Cleary School for the Deaf. I saw firsthand how something as fundamental as being understood can shape a person's entire experience within a system. It reminded me that social work isn't just about providing services, It's also about building pathways of support so people can navigate the world with dignity. This commitment to access extends far beyond our clinical work. It is also about how we build community. Outside of the classroom, I had the opportunity to serve as a senior class representative of the Undergraduate Social Welfare Alliance. Through this role, I learned that advocacy often starts in everyday conversations, and that leadership in social work is not just about authority, it is about creating space for all voices to be heard. And often, that starts with simply showing up. Never underestimate the impact of your presence. You will not always have the perfect answer, and you will not always be able to fix what feels broken. But showing up with empathy and a willingness to listen makes more of a difference than we realize. And when the work feels heavy, because it will, remember that you are not alone. Lean on the community we have built with each other, because these relationships are part of our foundation as social workers. As we move forward, we carry a responsibility to address the challenges we've seen. Whether your passion lies in mental health, child welfare, policy, or community organizing, we all play a part. For me, that means focusing on access and communication, because too many people are navigating systems not designed with them in mind. Our goal is to challenge and improve these systems, ensuring everyone is treated with dignity and respect. That is why today is more than a celebration. It is a transition. We are stepping into a profession that asks a lot of us, but also gives us the opportunity to make meaningful change. Through our passion for this profession, we are invited to think about what change truly looks like and how it can be found in presence, in connection, and in the moments that stay with someone long after they happen. We may not change the world overnight, but we can change someone's world in a single moment. Wherever life takes you after today, the knowledge, friendships, and lessons of these past 2 years will remain with you, serving as a foundation for all that lies ahead. It is a foundation built not just by our own hard work, but by the incredible network of people who brought us to this moment. I invite all of my fellow graduates to pause and think about the individuals who helped you get to where you are today, the ones that encouraged you, believed in you, and stood by you throughout it all. For me, I would like to thank my people, our incredible faculty and staff, especially Dean Corrado, Dr. Lucas, and Dr. Rubino for your unwavering support. Thank you to my parents for giving me the foundation to be here, to my boyfriend Brian for your constant love and strength, and to my friends and my marching band family for bringing so much joy to my Stony Brook journey. And last but most certainly not least, thank you to the class of 2026 for walking through these 2 years together as a team. Social work is not just a career, it is a commitment, and more importantly, a lifetime of learning. As you move forward, remember that every person is the expert of their own experiences. Learn from your clients, learn from your communities, and do not be afraid to learn from your mistakes. Everyone has a story, and yours is still being written. Make it one that reflects your values, your purpose, and the change you hope to create. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2026. I am so proud to call each and every one of you my colleagues.
Thank you, Grace, for your poignant and meaningful remarks, and congratulations. So although the university degrees are officially conferred by our President Goldsmith at the campus-wide commencement, we are proud to recognize our degree candidates at the School of Social Welfare Convocation ceremony today. I'd like to ask Dr. Suzanne Velasquez, Director of our BSW program, to join me at the podium as we recognize and acknowledge our candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Social Work degree.
Thank you, Dean Miller, and thank you, Grace, for your inspiring words to your colleagues in the BSW class of 2026. I, too, would like to extend congratulations on behalf of the faculty and staff of the BSW program. I offer a special reminder and an aspiration for my graduating seniors. Although today our ceremony occurs closer to the dinner hour, I hope that every day throughout your professional career, each of you eat a pie today for lunch. And that you continue to practice with purpose and passion to make positive change in and for our world. Before attention is turned to your future, whether that is beginning a graduate program, engaging with your communities as you step into your careers, or immersing yourself in global and local change efforts, please take the time to celebrate client number one. Take pride in your accomplishments and success in earning your undergraduate degree in a rigorous professional program. We are proud of and for each one of you. Congratulations.
Grace Kennedy. Tia Acevedo. Brianna Balsamo. Tia Acevedo. Kimberly Morales Venegas. Julina Beleza. Katiana Bosbalisis. Angelina Brown. Kelly Cano Reyes. India Carranza. Catherine Conlon. Nicole Di Pasquale. Delara Dinser. Lauren DeSilvio. Alyssa Arazo. Rebecca Fear. Patricia Figueroa. Fiorella Garcia. Angel Gonzalez. Eva Green. I'll try. John Grijalva. Sarah Gunn. Brianna Halpern. Nicholas Hanley. Veronica Hidalgo. Alexandra Hingle. Emily Hawker. Ashley Kivan. Julia Kofeld. Max Landebacher. Yoselin Medina Licona. Brianna Matute. Jason Montenegro. Hayes Montville. Jillian Morwood. Natalie Munoz. Tyler Napoli. Courtney Nichols. Nia Owens. Alexis Pagan. Camila Pasha. Melvin Polanco. Jerry Rivera. Amelia Rosen. Sierra Sacco. Aziza Saeed. Chloe Samontina. Lina Ujoa. Georgia Vuru. Meiji Shang. Jennifer Shu. Jake Zosimo.
Please join me in congratulating our BSW degree candidates. Now, as we move on to recognizing our Master of Social Work graduates, I am delighted to introduce our MSW graduation speaker, Suzanne Reek.
Good evening, amazing faculty, family, friends, and my fellow graduates of the Stony Brook University MSW class of 2026. Standing here today, I can say with some confidence that I'm probably one of the oldest graduates in this class, 64 years old. Thank you. The last time I was in college, we didn't have computers, laptops, bright space, online platforms, or discussion boards. We had typewriters. If you made a mistake, you didn't hit delete, you rolled the paper out, and you started over. And in many ways, that is what this journey has been for me. 40 years ago, older than most of you sitting here, I dreamed of earning my master's degree in social work, but life happened, careers, responsibilities, setbacks, family, and that dream was put on hold. But it never disappeared. Eventually, I decided it was time to stop saying someday and finally say now. I came into this program nervous and unsure. I worried about learning new technology. I wondered whether I would fit in with my peers or whether my professors would believe I had what it took. I asked myself a question that many of us have asked. Do I really belong here? Can I do this? All of us have proved that yes, we can. Before I arrived at Stony Brook, I had already lived a few different lives, 20 years in law enforcement and 18 years advocating for individuals with disabilities. Those experiences taught me about justice, compassion, and the realities people face when systems fail them. I hope that this degree would help me serve in an even deeper way, but I still wasn't sure I could keep up in a graduate program after so many years away from school. At the beginning, I even asked Dr. Marmo, my research and statistics professor, whether I would be able to even pass his class. He laughed and said, when you went to college, you had to do statistical problems by hand. Now you just need to learn when and where to apply what I teach you and plug it into software that will spit out your answers and create graphs. You can do this. He was right. This program became the greatest academic challenge of my life and one of my proudest achievements. I'm graduating today with over 80 credits, along with a new hip and a new knee. Proof that resilience sometimes comes with some extra hardware. And I'm leaving with many new friends and incredible colleagues. What made the difference was this program and the people in it, the faculty who challenged us while believing in us, the classmates who supported one another with compassion and respect. This program didn't just teach theory or practice, it helped to instill confidence. Confidence that we can sit with people in their darkest moments, confidence that we can advocate when voices are unheard, confidence that we can make a difference for individuals facing physical health challenges, mental health challenges, and substance use disorders. Because of this program, I'm leaving with the skills, ethics, and courage to serve others in meaningful ways. As social workers, social justice is not optional. It is central to who we are. I plan on, after graduation, to advocate for those too often overlooked, especially individuals struggling with mental health and substance use challenges who deserve dignity, access, and hope, not stigma. Thank you, Dr. Earl. To my fellow graduates, my advice is simple. Take care of yourselves. Make time to rest. Make time for your family. This work matters, but so do you. If this journey has taught me anything, it's that anything is possible, no matter how long it takes or how unlikely it may seem. Also, remember to be kind and mentor those following in our footsteps. Remember that ripple effect. I am incredibly proud to stand among this class, surrounded by people who will shape the future and make a real difference in the world. It has been an honor to learn alongside you. I want to take a moment to acknowledge my classmates Daniel Hernandez, Dawn Pataglia, Lovejeet Singh, and Sarah Nasser, and Jenny Collins for their friendship, kindness, and patience and support with technology. To all the parents here, please know that you have raised extraordinary children. Lastly, to my husband Joe, my daughter Lauren, my granddaughter Abigail, and Indy, my grandson, thank you for your encouragement and support. Congratulations, class of 2026. Go out into the world and make it a better place. I know that you will. Thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne, for such an inspiring speech. Before we move on to our MSW degree graduates, we have one BSW graduating student who arrived later than expected, and we'd like to ensure that their name is also read. So we're going to do that now.
Miguel Marrero.
Now I'd like to ask Dr. Iris Feinberg to join me at the podium as we recognize and acknowledge our candidates for the Master of Social Work degree.
Thank you, Dean Miller, and thank you, Suzanne, for your uplifting words to the MSW class of 2026. I want to add my congratulations to this class of hardworking and resilient graduates. You have succeeded in your quest for the MSW, and I know you are going to bring that same determination and compassion to a whole world of individuals, families, and communities out there who desperately need you. Congratulations, MSW Class of 2026.
Suzanne Reek. Rachel Aronson. Latifa Ade Benro. Amanda Adler. Amina Ahmad. Olivia Albee. Bailey Albitz. Luke Allen. Dina Alvarenga. Isabella Alvarez. Ashley Alvarez. Angela Amigan. Tony Ann Amadeo. Galena Amusina. Kayla Anderson. Maria Blanco Argueta. Kayla Arno. Brianna Bashane. Romina Bacuriso Lopez. Cruzeri Basura de la Rosa. Jonathan Batres. Dawn Battaglia da Contis. Jessica Bender. Lindsay Benton. Dylan Berkowitz. Gianna Biondi. Gracie Bale. Savannah Bonsick. Giovanna Bove. Thomas Bruvata. Heather Bromberg. Jason Brown. Tizvi Bushvik. Catherine Calderon. Michaela Callan. Brianna Campbell. Catherine Carmona. Annie Case. Victoria Castellano. Angelina Castillo. Giselle Castro. Amanda Harlambros. A.K. Chen. Julia Chesnowitz. Lauren Chirchella. Cindy Cho. Jared Cohen. Hannah Coloseo. Ryan Collins. Jennifer Collins. Evelise Colin. Sarah Connolly. Jennifer Consolazio. Kendi Cordova. Chesed de la Cruz Coronado. Casey J. Cosgrove. Victor Castigliola. Chelsea Saworski. Melissa D'Angelo. Sarah Durego. Siobhan Daniels Grant. Lucy Akuman Davies. Kayla Davis. Lee Deary. Naisa Desir. Maria Lisa Diaz. Alana Duran Bassett. Alyssa Doria. Madeline Duran. Brooke Eisenberg. Sarah Elliott. Dania Escobar. Paul Facciano. Olivia Falzone. Heather Farina. Aisha Farr. Amara Fauntleroy. Natalia Fadizev. Aiden Fee. Jessica Finn. Alana Florek. Samantha Foster. Megan Lee Fox. Tiffany Francis. Victoria Franco. Cameron Freed. Sarah Friedman. David Fruwald. Mackenzie Gale. Hayden Gallagher. Linda Garcia. Elizabeth Gambino. Erica Gavidia. Tamara Gitlin. Elena Gossin. Lindsay Gretzkowski. Sharon Gucker. Ashley Hafner. Yingking Hung. Serena Harris. Miranda Hedges. Kristen Hymick. Carla Hernandez. Elizabeth Gargano. Brandon Grandner. Stephen Griffin. Robert Gieders. Stacy Holman. Jordan Holt Ogle. Jay Horries. Erin Titman. Annalicia Gonzalez. Jaden Bonilla. Adriana Briguglio. Manjola Dooley. Damina Leocadio. Diane Russell. Abina McFarlane. Fabiola Fabre. Taylor Nisbeth. Akira Hori Sams. Emily Hughes. Dana Hunter. Zachary Huntington. Ann Hutzler. Peter Iveri. Juliana James. Deandra Omaria James. Bo Flores Kadir. Tyler Yaley. Kara Jin. Samantha Bazile. Gianna Giuliano. Emma Hirsch. Brett Kahn. Stephanie Kaplan. You got it. Mariella Antonia Kojalar. Samuel Kerrigan. Michelle Kleinman. Angela Lando. Juliana Aino Laufer. Alyssa Marcus. Robert Letieri. Gianna Knudsen. Victoria Kuchetova. Isabella Kudalaka. Kara Lanigan. Sydney Lanning. Megan Larino. Senya Larios. Timothy Leask. Michael Levy. Jade Lewandowski. Amanda Lewin. Shelley Lynn. Maria Lopez Villalta. Jada Lowe. Janelle Marcelin. Mia Majorano. Erica Marrero. Andrew Morrow. Savannah McGinnis. Matthew McLean. Michelle McNally. Zeest Matab. Jasmine Molina. Leslie Mejia. Michael Manella. Kayla Menzel. Matthew Morrell. Stephanie Minazal. Chukwuemeka Monwe. Sheree Moore Drew. Maria Moschos. Madison Moskowitz. Ruhama Moomin. Adriana Musamechi. Emily Mui. Akbar Nakvi. Sarah Nasser. Jenna Nelson. Justin Noodleman. Brian O'Braskin. Holland O'Hara. Rebecca O'Mara. Esther Owadisiasa. Cameron Olson. Christopher Carmaherca Ortega. Elise Ostrov. Jessica Panzarino. Jasmine Rivera Pardo. Emelyn Pareja Garcia. Liliana Paris. Caitlin Passarella. Gianna Pelletier. Julia Pelletieri. Panayoti Petrikiolis. Shana Pineda. Kiani Poole. Kenneth Poulin. Natalie Pulgarin. Katrina Rabin. Marina Rabinovich. Tatiana April Ratliff. Shannon Reagan. Alexa Reed. Darlene Duenas Rasulio. Gabriela Reyes. Jacob Ravelli. Erin Rakovich. Yanaroska Rodriguez. Emily Rodriguez. Kiara Rohan. Emmeline Romero. Rosa Gomez Romero. Sebastian and Nayina Roney. Kayla Salty. Caitlin Shalidi. Bridget Schoendorf. Jose Seng. Nadira Shattuck. Stephanie Sharkey. Franceli Valverde Sibaga. Alexander Seema. Lavsajit Singh. Ashley Taylor Jensen Smith. Alexa Smith. Sal Spagnolo. Megan Stelgis. Emily Stewart. Caitlin Steins. Jacob Stone. Jenna Strongi. Jade Elizabeth Mao Sodak. Jessica Sullivan. Stephanie Sabo. Elvira Lois Tukbu. Stephanie Tedeschi. Hunter Tellerman. Petrel Thompson. Zachary Thompson. Leah Toledo. Samantha Trolley. Michael Turtero. Nicole Velasquez. Rachel Vivas. Charles Walker III. Hallie Wastewiz. Gerard Walsh. Ronald Wells. Benjamin Werfel. Kayla Warner. Aiden Whiteman. Sherelle Williams. Marie Yamamoto. Cecilia Yatt. Chloe Young. Ivy Young Bell. Hani Yosef. Jessica Zambri. Yuchen Zhang. I didn't get a card. I did. Hani Youssef. Thomas Zuniga.
You already did it, but I'll say for the record, please join me in congratulating our MSW candidates. Okay, so you remember earlier I mentioned that we needed to do a little bit of a pivot because our keynote speaker was stuck in what was astoundingly epic, unprecedented traffic. And as you all know, social workers are nothing if not flexible. And we also want to make sure all voices are heard. And like I told you all earlier, you are always and forever a part of the Stony Brook University School of Social Welfare community. And so is our keynote speaker. So we are going to go ahead and have our keynote speaker talk with you all now. So it's my pleasure and privilege to introduce today's keynote speaker, not only because of the impact she's made as a social worker, but also because she began her professional journey right here with us. Chantel Cabrera is a proud double alumna of Stony Brook University, a former EOP student earning her bachelor's degree in psychology in 2008 and her master of social work degree in 2012. Chantel is a truly inspiring leader in the fields of public service, community engagement, and operational leadership. She currently serves as Assistant Vice President of Service Programs and Initiatives for New York City Transit. I have to say, we cannot ignore the irony of the traffic that she experienced today. So in this role, she works directly with the Chief Operating Officer to lead strategic initiatives that enhance service delivery and improve the experience of millions of New Yorkers every day. With more than 15 years of experience dedicated to public service and youth empowerment, Chantel has built a career grounded in leadership, innovation, and advocacy. Over the years, she has held several impactful leadership roles across government, higher education, nonprofit organizations, and public transit. Chantel's professional trajectory has, in some instances, brought her to places where social workers have historically not been represented. She's been a pioneer in ensuring social work plays a pivotal role in shaping how people think in system spaces. She has served as Senior Director of Subways Coordination and Solutions for New York City Transit, Director of Public Affairs at Pace University's New York City campus, Director of Community Affairs for New York State Senator Brian Kavanaugh, and Director of Workforce Initiatives at the New York Center for Interpersonal Development, where she focused on youth and workforce development programs, creating alternative pathways to success for young people. At New York City Transit, Chantel has led major initiatives, including her leadership on the $1 billion investment in the MTA's capital plan for wide aisle gate implementation, fare compliance strategies that have helped reduce fare evasion, and school-age engagement initiatives focused on youth outreach, community safety, and combating dangerous behaviors in the subway. What makes Chantel's leadership especially meaningful is that it is grounded in compassion, equity, and a relentless commitment to creating opportunities and improving lives. Chantel is also a licensed master social worker, and she recently completed her MBA at Pace University. Her journey is a powerful example of innovation, hope, leadership, resilience, and service, and we are honored to welcome her back to inspire you, the next generation of social workers. So please join me in warmly welcoming Chantel Cabrera.
First and foremost, thank you for your patience. I know I'm keeping you all from dinner. And I know a couple of parents saw me running in the parking lot. So if you see me sweating, that's why. So good evening, Stony Brook University School of Social Welfare, class of 2006. Yay! Woo! My name is Chantel Cabrera, and I am a social worker. It is truly a humbling, and I'm honored to be here. This experience is so surreal for me. I've been a licensed master social worker since July of 2013, and standing in front of you today is just beyond words for me. When I was sitting in your seats just 4,900 days ago, but who's counting? Since achieving my licensure, I have learned two truths. First, social work is applicable in any and every professional setting, industry, or system. Second, the necessary and integral work each and every one of you will do will be difficult and not always instantly gratifying. That first truth, that social work is applicable everywhere, is something I live every day. Some of you will experience a linear professional pathway, and many of you will zigzag, or what I like to call ricochet, like me, and that's okay too. After years in traditionally defined social work roles, I decided to take my social work degree, my professional development, my skills, and my core social work values, everything you're graduating with, and apply them to an industry where social workers might seem like an unlikely fit. For me, that meant stepping into the world of government and subsequently transportation. And I will say I have a newfound appreciation for the LIRR after that 4.5-hour drive. I'm very glad the strike is over. The issues I work with every day are focused on how large systems serve people and how we can improve services for the benefit of the public. In my current role as Assistant Vice President of Service Programs and Initiatives in the Office of the President of New York City Transit, an aspect of my work that I have cultivated over the past 3 years involves educating youth, families, communities, and other stakeholders across the city about the dangers of subway surfing. Drawing from my background in youth development, I have been able to uplift the importance of youth voice and successfully incorporate this perspective into the design and creative process of 2 New York City Transit public service awareness campaigns. This initiative illustrates how thinking as a social worker and social work values, our commitment to justice and human dignity, are not context-specific. They are powerful everywhere, even when in places where it isn't as obvious. That is me now, but let's rewind a little bit. I lived right here in Suffolk County. I went to Blue Point Elementary School starting in 3rd grade, then James Wilson Young Middle School, and graduated from Bayport Blue Point High School. For the non-Long Islanders, you take Nichols Road south all the way to the end, and that's where I grew up. I was raised by 2 outspoken, opinionated Puerto Rican women. Any Puerto Rican women out there? My abuelita with her self-taught English and her effervescence, and my mother, a registered nurse and a stickler for academic excellence. Our multi-generational home was rich with culture, love, and hope. But my mother's battle with addiction did not make things simple. Our life was modest at best, and at worst, uncharacteristically poor for a very affluent neighborhood. In February 2003, close to closing out my junior year of high school, abuelita passed from late-stage ovarian cancer, and 8 months later, while I was just beginning my senior year, I lost my mother to a heart attack. I share this all with you because my high school social worker, Ms. G, worked on overdrive for me. Knowing and having empathy for my bleak circumstances, she helped me find the Educational Opportunity Program right here at Stony Brook University. The purpose of EOP is to fulfill New York State commitment to provide access to higher education for economically disadvantaged students who possess the potential to succeed in college. Ms. G strongly encouraged, pushed, forced me to apply because she saw my value and worthiness in spite of the dumpster fire that was my life at the moment. Fast forward to 2010, when contemplating a graduate program, it only felt right to honor Ms. G, pay it forward, and dedicate my professional career to supporting young people like myself. She demonstrated to me the power one person had to impact a life, and how personal and specific that lived experience is for both clinician and client. Just as I'm sure it was for Ms. G, some of my program participants were difficult to reach, challenging to connect with, or simply absent, which means the work doesn't show immediate results. but when it does, it's priceless. Make no mistake, each and every one of you will at some point be asked to do more with less. And somehow you will. At some point in your career, you may be made to feel as though your efforts are futile, or you may feel as though your impact is invisible. That is the furthest from the truth. You matter, your work will or already does matter, and I dare say it may matter most right now when our rights, our safety, and our lives are being threatened. Thank you. So today, I advise you and I challenge you to be prepared, to reframe the narrative now and know that your work is valuable and it supports the vulnerable populations you serve with the utmost care. Your work provides aid and comfort to individuals and communities suffering through crisis. Your work is the cornerstone for advocacy and social justice movements. Progress may seem or be slow, but it doesn't mean it's ineffective. Invisible does not mean unimportant. Small moments can and will be profoundly significant to you and your clients. Every interaction you have could absolutely be the profound moment 5, 10, even 15 years later. Like a butterfly effect, a life-changing moment will be born from your initiative, your drive, your commitment, and you may never even know it. Last month, I bumped into a former youth program participant of mine who graduated in 2019 for a program tailored especially for high school students who are behind in credit or have adult responsibilities that make it hard for them to attend school during the day. I was on the ferry going to Manhattan. He was looking for help getting his commercial driver's license training subsidized as he's now a father of 2. After helping to update his resume and connecting him with a colleague at New York State Department of Labor, he wrote an email proving that second truth, and here's what it said. Hi, Miss Chantel. I wanted to say that I've never forgotten how much you've helped me. You really encouraged me to stay motivated and finish school. The support meant a lot to me then, and it still does now. I'm very grateful for everything you do. This is your call to action, to be resilient, to preserve your values within the imperfect systems you will encounter, and approach your work with tenacity because you will shape lives, and that is deeply consequential. Congratulations to you all, and as Abuelita would say, pa'lante.
Okay, graduates. Finally, we have arrived at this monumental moment. So please rise as you are able. And now, for those of you who have your tassels on the right, if you don't have them on the right, make sure they're on the right, because you need to engage in the ritual properly. Okay, ready? Now, turn your tassels to the left. And congratulations, class of 2026. Okay, graduates, one more time, because their love and support could not be more important. Please turn to your families, your loved ones, and send them some gratitude. Okay, so as we conclude our ceremony, we ask that our guests please remain seated until the entire recessional has exited the room. Thank you all. Good night and congratulations.